Hey, fire signs. Hey, welcome to you and welcome to your reading. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive right into this in just a moment, but a couple of things. So this kind of intro reading or this beginning reading that we're going to do applies for all of you. So if you are an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, this reading is for you. Or if you also just resonate with the element of fire, then this reading is for you as well. Okay, so we're going to dive into a kind of like primary message for all of the fire signs or all of the fire element. We're going to do that in just a moment. And then at the end, I'm going to kind of divvy this out by astrological sign. So I am going to pull an oracle card at the end to close this reading for each of the signs, Aquarius, Leo, and Sagittarius. And I'll deliver any specific messages that's needed for your sign within that part of the reading. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and dive right in. This message does apply for the next month or 4 weeks from whenever you're finding it or it's finding you. So fire signs, what's happening is Spirit is showing me a full animation and diving me straight into kind of your energy, which feels really, really cool, honestly. So here's what they're showing me as I was like opening up to your energy. But essentially, as we're kind of zooming into this scene, I see you, fire signs, on what looks like either a like boat or a canoe. It's more accurate almost to call it like kind of a small motorboat or a canoe. But I see that actually on a river that is running through the jungle. Okay, and so as I'm kind of coming into the scene, I'm seeing what looks like, it looks a little sort of like adventurous. The energy is a little adventurous, a little playful, kind of like very like fire element is what I'm gathering. But it's also very like, there's something very like driven about this energy, but also peaceful. Like it's not, I feel like this is a scene that looks like it's a lot of kind of fun, but it looks like you're definitely like on some sort of adventure. Okay. Now, you're in this canoe and it's very clear here, fire signs, that you have a destination. Like that's coming in very strongly from Spirit. Like you have some place you're trying to go. But it's really interesting because as I'm dropping into this kind of boat with you and looking forward at where you're going to get a sense of like, well, where are the fire signs actually going, right? Like as I'm doing that, I see upcoming ahead, as Spirit is telling me, there's like almost like a faster current or rapids that are coming up, as they're saying. Now, it looks like there may be like a few rocks, a couple of things like that, but that's not the important part here. Spirit is really being clear that you're being pulled faster into the current. And it's almost like as I get into this boat with you, it starts moving faster in this river. Okay, so it's very clear you're being pulled even faster in this direction. And what I'm hearing from Spirit as I'm kind of like coming in and it's kind of picking up pace here is they're saying that fire signs, you can navigate this. But that feels like a metaphor. It also feels like that's actually what it's going to feel like something's picking up pace pretty quickly in your life. Now that could be in any particular domain or dimension. It doesn't have to be like overall energy, but for some of you it might be. It just feels like something's quickly picking up pace. Okay, but again, they're saying you can navigate this, and I think it's going to feel really good for you and wherever you're going with this destination or whatever the outcome is of this journey. Okay, so I actually really like this energy and where we are. It feels very, like I said, adventurous. It's very like, where are we going? There's a little bit of mystery here. But as I'm also in this boat with you and we're starting to pick up speed and go faster, we're hitting like, again, a faster current here into the rapids. All of a sudden we're seeing kind of arc to the right above you. It's almost like it kind of, there's like I don't know, it's almost like it sparkles all of a sudden and it catches your attention, but there's a dove that flies by. And it just flies by you here. Okay, now I find that really interesting because the dove is very clearly like not a part of this scene. Okay, like it's not part of this jungle scape, but for whatever reason the dove is here and it feels like it fits, but I don't know exactly what the dove means. But Spirit was very specific that this dove is flying by as you're kind of hitting this up current here. Okay, So that's what I have for you right now. Yeah, and I'm feeling like the wind picking up. It's like the currents picking up. This dove is kind of flying by. It's really interesting, but that's the energy I'm getting here. So perfect. So if you feel like that resonates with you, this intro scene, great. Just keep watching. We're gonna go deeper into this message. And if for any reason you feel like it doesn't, like, no worries at all, feel free to check out one of the other readings I have up for you, which may be more resonant with you right now. All right, but let's go deeper into this. So Spirit, since this is the theme for you for the next, 4 weeks or month from whenever you're watching this, I want to see what's going well for you over that time. Do you want these two? Oh, they gave us quite a few cards. You want all these? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Anyone? One more card. This one. Okay. So they gave you about 4 cards here. 1 second. Let me pull these together. So yeah, we have a 3 of Wands. Yeah, there's something really adventurous here. So that definitely feels right. Like there's definitely an adventurous spirit. I'm also struck by the 3s here, as this is connecting in with Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So that feels right. But again, coming out with a wand here, I mean, that makes perfect sense. Just related to fire signs. So we have that. I feel like that's confirming the kind of journey you're on, and that you're headed to a particular destination that you have in mind. It's almost like these 3 are kind of like framing out this destination point that you're trying to go to. And look, here's like kind of like, here's the river running through it here. Do you see that? Yeah, it's like the river's running through this. This is really cool. And this is almost like a spirit is like kind of communicating it. It's the wood from the canoe or the boat that you're in. Ooh, I really like that. Okay, so that feels like it's almost confirming the scene that we're in. The other cards we have here, we have the 10 of Wands. Is this upright? Okay, in reverse. There's an energy here of going with the flow, of like, knowing when to move your, I don't know if it's oars or like to kick on the motor of the boat when you feel like you're getting too close to the edge of the river here, but knowing when to, like how to flow and to move down this river of the rapids that is happening. Yeah, oh my gosh, look at this. Do you see this 3 of Cups? This is almost like giving the energy of the rapids here. That's actually, that's like what the energy is that's coming through in this scene. Wow, that's really, really cool. So it actually feels like, I really like this 3 of Cups and this 10 of Wands in reverse, because it feels like, again, there's something here around going with the flow as you're being like, it's almost like I was seeing you kind of like rock side to side in this like boat. It's almost like going, kind of back and forth on the river as it's picking up speed, but it's almost like wanting you to kind of like redirect or again, kind of like either row or kick on the motor and redirect when you need to, but it's still going with the flow of things. That feels really, really important. Okay, so that's coming through really strongly. I really like that. I feel like there's also with each of these cups at each of the turn or each of the kind of like pickups that's happening in this kind of rapids of the river. There's something about the cups here, but Spirit's wanting you to kind of, there is a message here of processing your emotions as you go. So that feels very clear, but it's almost like, this is almost giving you a heads up, like there will be emotions, there will be things that you'll need to process as you get to like each kind of movement in the river as you're going down it, as this is picking up speed. So that feels important. It almost feels like there may be kind of an upswell or a swell rather, not upswell, though I am hearing that for some reason. But it's almost like a swelling of emotions that may come up as you're kind of going down this river, and as it's picking up speed, it feels like something is picking up pace for you. That feels really clear here, okay? So I really like that, but that's definitely part of it. And the other card we got is the 3 of Pentacles coming in, again, similar energy with the 3 of Cups. There is an element here of like, you're not the only one going through this right now, this feeling, this seemingly like pickup of speed, as well as needing to like, definitely part of it is process your emotions, but it's more than that. It's almost like, being adaptable and flexible to what comes up, processing what content is coming up for review for you, which again may be emotional for a lot of you. That's what I'm sensing. There may be some How would I describe that? It's kind of like, it's not quite turbulence because that feels like a strong word, but there may be some kind of bumpy waters in some of your connections that come up that I think are intended to show you specific elements of yourself or places you need to heal, especially with that Cups energy here. So that feels really important. So that feels like that's definitely present over the next couple of weeks for you. Okay, I like this. And it's interesting because this is coming through as the same kind of wood is coming through here as like, again, what's on the canoe. And I'm almost, like I said, the threes are really strong here. We have the Three of Wands, the Three of Cups. We now have the Three of Pentacles. So, wow. Yeah, the only one we're missing is the Three of Swords here. Oh, interesting. The one we're missing is the Three of Swords, but I feel like we have the other bits covered. And that I find interesting because I actually cut to the Three of Swords as I was opening up into your energy before I started and hit record on this, or hit start on this recording, okay? But I find that interesting. There's a lot of threes here. So it may be 333 could be an angel number for you. I'm also getting this add up to 9, so that's coming through really strong as well. But there's a huge energy here around collaboration. It's almost like whatever content is coming up for you to like emotionally process or for you to process overall, it does feel like it's coming in or being flagged through connection. So that feels really strong. It's definitely part of it. But it also feels like there's an element of like there needs to be collaboration. So it's almost like, for instance, like you're in a boat with others here, you're in the canoe with others, and like, you know, one of you needs to row the one side and the other, you know, you need to row on the other side. And it's kind of like, it's going to require some collaboration and some teamwork. That teamwork is coming through really strong here. I really like that, but it is going to require some of that. Okay, so it's both. It's almost like you're working through, it's not quite conflict, but a little bit like working through conflict, or working through how do you navigate this together? How do you navigate this new path, or this this kind of journey or adventure you're on together? Yeah, that's really strong. And again, it may be for, I'm getting a sense for someone, it's like maybe you're on a new project with some coworkers that you're having at your kind of place of employment. Maybe this is potentially you're working on some sort of, I'm hearing after school activity with a group of people. So that could be part of it. I'm getting some like PTA vibes here. Like maybe you're working with a group of parents on something and you all kind of have to navigate this event that you're kind of putting together. So that's part of it, but it feels really constructive. There's something very constructive about this energy. I keep getting like this, I don't know why it's coming through as almost a little like Super Mario Brothers. Like, I don't know, you have to like kind of like work together or work on a team to like do this adventure together is coming through really strong. Yeah, and they keep showing me also, they're showing me a glimpse of like before you all ended up on this river together, of like you building the boat together was a part of it. So this may be, I may be dropping into an energy that you're already in, or that starts to come up over the next couple of weeks for you, where there's a new kind of like collaboration, partnership, teamwork, something that needs to be done in some sort of group dynamic that's coming through really, really strongly. And I really like it because I feel like it like I said, it brings up elements or parts of yourself that you wouldn't have seen before, but it just feels like it's really, I guess healing could be part of it. Sure, definitely. Illuminating is another part of it. It's almost like you're seeing other kind of sides of yourself, which I really like. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper, Spirit. What else do we need to know about this scene and this energy? Yeah. Okay, two of cups. Yeah, totally. Okay, so this is all the things I was saying. Yeah, okay, so collaboration is going to be necessary. It is going to be needed. This is actually something that like I'm really getting a sense very strongly, like you cannot do this alone. In fact, actually, whatever it is you're going through, and you're not meant to actually, is definitely a big part of it. So that feels really clear from this energy. Do you want this deck? No? Okay. All right. So I think we got the card we needed there. This one. All right, what else do we have to see? And I want to know, Spirit, a little bit more about this destination or what this journey is. Anything we can illuminate for the fire signs there? I'm getting a sense that you're on a path to, you know, fire signs, you are very like independent, right? You're very like individualistic signs, but I'm getting a sense there's a real wanting you to like come together. They're showing me the bundle of this, the wands of the spears here. It's like the snake is, it's coming through as like a rope tie, like kind of pulling you all together. It's like you have a shared, you definitely have a shared journey. That feels strong, but it's even more than that. It's almost like you have a shared kind of purpose together or destination together. Like this is part of the path you're supposed to be walking right now. It's supposed to be with others. Okay, yeah, that's definitely it. It's like it's necessary. Let's keep going. This one. What does this say? Oh my gosh, look at this. This is so cool. It says ceremony. It says ritual, celebrate, devotion. And do you notice how there are another like two people? It's giving the same energy here as the kind of Two of Cups. Again, there's so many people here. It just feels like group dynamics or again, connection, relationships, partnerships is going to be on full display over this next month. And it's going to be really, really important here. I really like this. It's almost like, again, the ritual bit of this card is coming through as like, it's almost like when you're going down the river, again, you each need to kind of be responsible for a part of it. So that's actually how this is coming through. It's like each of you has a part to play in this. It's almost like you have a shared kind of storyline. Yes, that's the way I would describe it. You have a shared storyline right now. Like your paths were meant to cross. Like these arms are crossing right now. Yes, your paths were meant to cross. I'm like getting chills because that's exactly what this feels like. That feels really, really good. Okay, so your paths were meant to cross. So that feels like, I think confirmation for some of you right now. If you feel like you've been kind of on a shared journey with someone else or other people, this is definitely confirming that's part of the message. I also feel like this is part of what you're learning through this next month is, again, more around collaboration. That word is just so strong here. And that's what keeps coming through, the like kind of ceremony bit of it. It's like wanting you to kind of work as a group or a team to get to this like shared destination together. I'm seeing the Six of Wands in my mind's eye. Yeah, to get to like this success together, actually. You weren't meant to do it alone. Do you want this card? Do you want this one? This one. Yep. And I really like this earthworm. It's coming through with clarity, actually. That's the clarity that Spirit wants you to get to and wants you to see. It's almost like they're showing me through the water right now. Like it's almost like you're able to see through the water, and there's a sort of clarity here. I feel like that is coming through with a bit of like a divination energy as well. I'm seeing the cups or the water coming through on this Three of Cups here. It's a bit of like this reading is trying to give you a sense here of like what you are going to be navigating through the next month, but also what sort of like clarity or aha moments or awakenings are going to be happening for you over the next couple of weeks as you move further and deeper into these group and relationship and connection and partnership dynamics. Okay. All right. So I really like that. You have Spirit. I want to see if you have any last advice for the fire signs before we move into the kind of breakout portion of this reading. You want me to cut the deck? Okay, hold on. They're having me cut the deck. One moment. Yeah, that Six of Wands energy is coming through really strongly. I feel like the message here is the only way you will find success in whatever it is that you're going after, this goal or experience you want to have or vision or dream you're trying to manifest, is in collaboration with others. Like you, Because what's interesting about the fire signs, yeah, again, I'm an Aries myself, Aries sun, but we can be very like independent, okay? And so that's one of our best qualities. It also shows us exactly where we need to like work and where we need to lean the opposite, because we're naturally attuned to be independent. And so it's almost like Spirit keeps showing me this kind of like Mario Kart energy. It's like you've got to work together with others to do this. Like Spirit wants to bring you and kind of rebalance you into the energy of collaboration, of interdependence, not full hyper independence is what I'm hearing. Okay, so any last advice, Spirit, for the fire signs before the breakout? These two? Oh, there's three actually. Okay, so they gave you the Ace of Wands. Yeah, this feels like the journey you're on. So that feels very, very clear to me. That feels like the journey you're on. They gave you the Justice. I was talking about rebalancing. That's it. That's what this is, okay? This is trying to rebalance you from this like Ace of Wands, very like independent. This Ace of Wands is coming through as very like almost, it's a little bit in reverse. It's coming through as like hyper independent, and Spirit wants to rebalance that energy by bringing you further into, I'm hearing the Libra archetype. I'm hearing the Pisces archetype. I'm hearing the, yeah, more of the almost like Aquarius archetype of like energy of collective, energy of others. And I feel like that's actually what's going to get you either stuck or unblocked. So this actually feels like a gatekeeper. This Hanged Man card feels like the gatekeeper. Yeah, that's exactly what this feels like. Spirit is saying, if you are encountering or begin to encounter blocks over the next month, just know it is because you've leaned too far into your own independence and too far into the individualism, and you may need to, like, again, lean on others, consult with others, maybe work with, other healers. If that's what it is, it just feels like others are going to be necessary to get you out of this block or get you out of blocks, whatever it is. Okay, so that feels really, really clear. But for those of you who can just follow the kind of like stream of, or the river of where you're being called to, and to start to really lean into that energy of working with others, asking for their opinions, for their feedback, if that's potentially what this is, listening to others, like also asking others for help. It feels like there's a lot of like learning and lessons that are in that particular like element. Okay, so I really like that. This feels like it's either upright or reverse. This is the gatekeeper, but understanding that collaboration is necessary, and that's where Spirit is trying to balance you out. All right, so we have approached the end of the kind of like collective fire sign reading. I'm going to go ahead and dive into the specific astrological signs. So for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And again, feel free to watch any of those as you'd like. For whoever's watching this, you can watch all of them, none of them, totally up to you, okay? We're going to go ahead and dive into that, and I'm going to kind of channel any specific messages that need to come through for those specific signs. But let's go ahead and go right into that. I'll see you in just a moment. All right. Hey, Aries. All right, let's get into your final oracle card and final messages. Okay, so I'm getting a message through with this Ace of Wands for you. There's something here around Spirit trying to encourage you to like jumpstart. I'm hearing jumpstart the process or jumpstart the project. Yeah. Okay, so they're saying both. That feels really specific, but honestly, it feels like, well, specific to you, Aries, but I do feel like that project bit is specific to someone. But there is an encouragement for you to be the one to jumpstart the project that you're working on in collaboration. I've seen that Two of Cups. Okay, anything else? All right, yeah, so let's go ahead. Anything else? Yeah, I think they want to address really quickly something you're kind of stuck on. Give me 1 second here. I was going to pull this oracle card here. They have top card. The Chariot. Yeah. Yeah, they're like jumpstart it. Okay. Yes. Okay, and I'm hearing there was some sort of like green light noise that I'm getting. I don't know if it's from a car that's being locked here or closed up. And anyway, it just Spirit is saying here, yeah, there's something you're gonna have to jumpstart. it's almost like you have to like kind of jumpstart your own getting unstuck process. And Spirit wants you to do that, maybe to like jumpstart some sort of like, again, collaboration or partnership. It feels like that's really strong here. All right, anything else, Spirit? One more card. All right, one more card. Hold on. I have one more card for you. Something about this Justice card. Do you want this one? We got 10 of Wands in 10 of Wands in reverse again, which we got in the other. We have 10 of Wands here. Okay, I feel like, because these are both coming in reverse, I feel like this is really going to take a load off you somehow, for you to like actually just jumpstart it. I feel like Spirit is saying, don't wait on anyone else. That's actually what they're saying. Don't wait on anyone else. So if there's something you've been thinking about doing, Spirit's like, go for it. Absolutely go for it, okay? And it just feels like, again, especially if this is going to be in collaboration or a group dynamic or a group setting of any sort, like you may need to be the one to jumpstart it. And also it feels like it's important for your own spiritual journey that you actually are kind of like kicking this off. And I feel like it's a really good thing here. This feels like one of the sort of like emotional projects they want you on. Okay, so I really like this. I really like that for you, Aries. Let's keep going. Do we have a final oracle card for Aries here? Do you want this top card? I like it. Oh, this is so cool. This is beautiful. Okay, we literally have the sun for you. Wow, look how cool this card is. And I like that this is kind of where this like boat is going for you. I really like it. It says joy, enjoyment, life force, success. Yes, that 6 of Wands, vitality, play. That feels very strong here. I really like it. I just feel like this whole thing has felt very playful. This whole reading has felt very playful and adventurous, specifically for you, Aries. And it's almost like, again, I just get the sense you're coming into this sort of like playfulness is where Spirit wants you. If you're not right now, that's where Spirit wants you to be, and to kind of like kick up and jumpstart your own projects, the things that you want to do, and again, collaborate with others. I really like that energy. I just do. I like it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and read this. Let's read this. I mean, this is like the best. It's also, you know, coming in equated to the Sun Tarot card, which is very like, it's one of the best cards in tarot. So I just feel like you're in alignment somehow, Aries. And I just feel like the kind of like, I don't know if it's the projects or initiatives or goals or dreams or things you've been thinking about, like, maybe should I do this? I would need to do this with someone else. Like, Spirit's like, absolutely try it. That's what I'm hearing. Try it. Try it on. All right, so let's move into this. I'm gonna go ahead and read from the guidebook here. All right, so here is the sun. In summer, when the sun's at its highest path in the sky, the rose is at its fullest. Her fragrance is sweet and the fruit is still to come. In this oracle, the sun represents life force, energy, vitality, confidence, success, positivity, delight, and the sheer joy of life. After it's left the fertile darkness of the soil, the future rose begins reaching toward the light of the sun, which then plays its part in nourishing the rose as it reaches for its potential bloom. And it does this for us too. One of life's greatest blessings is to feel the warmth of the sun on our face, to drink in the gold nectar of what life has for us, and to take a moment to bask in being alive. This is your invitation. To relish your aliveness, to embrace your joyfulness, to enjoy the simple things in life, to make time to play, to be grateful for your body, to acknowledge the wondrous life force energy that's woven through all of life, to remember that your soul had a dream and your life is it. This is a wondrous card that heralds a time of playfulness, enjoyment, and bliss. The sun can also represent the inner child and be an invitation to have some fun. Have you been all work and no play lately? Is your inner child longing to run free? What can you do to enjoy the simple things in life? When we allow ourselves the space to play, Problems that were once unsolvable find solutions. And the soul inquiry is, how can you enjoy your life more? And what can you do just for fun? I really love this. I feel like it's part of like, yeah, this is really cool. I really like, because I just feel like you're kind of on this journey. Again, I sense that there's like an energetic pickup that's happening, but it's almost like Spirit is reminding you to like kind of have fun at each step of this journey, and each like part you're on is definitely part of it, to like play. Like I said, things that you've been wanting to do, that you're feeling called to do, that your spirit feels drawn to do, especially if it's like aligned with this kind of sun energy. There's definitely an encouragement to kind of, like I said, jumpstart those energies, whether it's a project, that could be an artwork project, that could be, again, maybe you're working on a video game, maybe you're, play, right? Like I feel like Spirit is really trying to come through with like remembering kind of all of those elements and finding balance through that element of play in what you're doing. And it's not all intense all the time, and it's not meant to be. And it feels like Spirit wants you to have fun, especially as you're in collaborations with others and you're starting to like move through these different levels of partnership. All right, Aries, so that is what I have for you. I hope this has been helpful. If you found that this kind of reading resonated with you, feel free to like this video. That lets me know if this found you on time and in the right time. If you feel like this tarot channel is resonant for you, feel free to subscribe. And if you're interested in learning more about other exclusive weekly readings that I have, feel free to check out my Patreon subscription, as well as if you want to book a personal reading with me, that's in the description box below. Thanks so much for being here. It was so good to see you. All right, I'll see you at either another one of these Oracle sign readings, or I'll see you at your next one. But I hope you have a great month ahead of you. All right, bye for now. Hey Leo, welcome back. All right, so I have some specific messages coming through for you, but there's something really, really strong coming through from this ceremony card for you, particularly with the way this person's their hands are out. So Spirit is sending a message through here that they're saying you may need to give back. And I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So that feels really strong, is part of it. They're also saying this feels like specific to someone here in the Leo collective, that you may need to give something back, maybe to someone else, or something that I feel like I'm hearing isn't yours, or isn't yours to hold anymore. Okay, now that's a specific part of the message, but it does feel like there's an energy of wanting you to give back, and maybe give back into a group dynamic or a partnership or a connection or a situation. That's actually what this feels like a bit. It's almost like they're showing, again, you going down this river in this boat, and it's almost like you're a little too far on one side, and Spirit wants you to like give back into someone else or something else, whatever that is. Yeah, what is that energy, Spirit? Can we clarify that a little bit more, Leo? What is that about? Yeah, I'm seeing this person on the Two of Cups card here, that they're showing me the animation of this person like handing a cup or something back to this other person. It's almost like you can't quite see it, but yeah, I see you handing something back. What is being handed back, Spirit? Cut the deck? Yeah, 1 second. They're having me cut the deck. What is being handed back? And I just keep hearing something that is either overworked. It feels like the energy is a bit overworked, or something that's not yours. Okay, hold on. What is that about? This card? Two of Wands. Yeah, I'm really struck by the fact that this person's not seeing this second wand here. It's almost like at their back, giving something back. Can we get a little more? It feels like there's a situation that comes up that shows you that something needs to be returned. Yeah, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups in reverse. It's like something needs to be returned. It's almost, I'm struck by the fact this is another cup here. And I'm seeing this, like, again, this person on the horse, like returning it to someone. I don't know if these are like, is that right? No. There's something here around, that, again, this is a part of it, but something around emotions, but it's almost like needing to give back the love. Oh, is that it? Yeah, needing to give back the love. Okay, so it feels like you've been in an energy of receiving or have received a certain amount of, again, I don't know if it's just emotional energy is what it's coming through as, or something else. It may also have come through in something more tangible. I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles here as a form of kind of showing you a form of care in a way. Okay, and it's almost like it's your turn to give back now. Yeah, I just keep seeing this person's back on this wand. It's almost like it's time for you to like return some of that energy. Okay, that feels really strong. Do you have anything else to say about that? Yeah, it just feels like it's been stuck and stagnant, and I feel like this Hangman's coming in really strongly, but I feel like there hasn't been action or motion to return what it is that's been coming into you. And so Spirit is asking you to rebalance the scales. I'm seeing the Justice card here, and to kind of like, again, take this Ace of Wands and give it to someone else as well. Give your energy to someone else, and give your energy feels like potentially like emotional. Again, I don't know if this feels very general because it's a general reading. I really can't get too specific here, but it's some sort of like emotional energy or investment or an acknowledgement or something like that that Spirit is saying like needs to be returned. Is there anything else? Okay. All right. I hope that finds you and resonates with you where it needs to, because I can't get more specific here. Like Spirit's being very clear. That's about as specific as we can get because this is a general reading, but we're going to go ahead and read the Oracle card for you. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one for you here, and we're going to read from the guidebook. Ready? All right, let's get a final Oracle card for Leo. It's rebalancing the canoe. That's just what I keep hearing. Is this the card? All right, so here it is. I love that it says love and support on this card, but look at this. I like it. It says Stone Goddess. It says unwavering love and support, and it says maternal line. Yeah, I feel like, and again, I was talking about you've been in the energy of almost like receiving. That feels very like feminine. That's a feminine energy, but it's almost like there's something here coming through as like needing to confront a bit of, I don't know if it's toxic masculinity is coming through. I don't know if it's quite that, it's not quite that strong, but it's almost like there hasn't been an equal give and take, or it's just, I feel like it's your turn to give back. That's just what keeps coming through. It's your turn. Okay. All right. So I hope, you know, that's delivered with a lot of love here from Spirit, but it feels like that's meeting someone where it needs to, someone somewhere it needs to. All right, so let's go ahead and go into this Oracle card. All right, let's read this. Throughout history, humanity has worshipped goddesses. Some of the earliest artifacts ever found are small stone statuettes that appear to celebrate motherhood, fertility, and the female body. The most ancient of these stone figures is featured on this card, known as the Venus of Willendorf. She's believed to be up to 30,000 years old and may represent the mother goddess. One of the most universal forms of the goddess is she as the great mother of us all, a maternal figure we can turn to for unconditional love, holding, and support. She has provided deep assurance, love, and comfort to humanity for millennia. The Stone Goddess card comes with a message of the deepest support and unconditional love. She may appear for you at a difficult time of healing, trial, initiation, and change. She may also come to you when you're focused on healing wounds in your female ancestral line, which seems to be one that we cannot bypass once in a healing path. We're living in a time of great change, and those who came before us may have contributed to both our wounding and our healing. Call upon the ancient Stone Goddess to assist you in your healing and in surrendering to a whole new level of support. And the ancient stone's activation is, I welcome more layers of love, support, and healing than I ever have before. It's safe for me to soften and say yes to it all. Yeah, okay, so I like this because this card's coming out a little bit in reverse, but this is exactly what it feels like. It feels linked in with this ceremony card. It's almost like the divine feminine, and there's some element here of like, again, just off balance masculine energy of like you've been in kind of receiving mode, but wanting you to also like kind of get into that natural generosity that's part of the kind of goddess energy is a part of it. So I feel like that's definitely part of it. I also, as I was reading that card, Spirit showed me the word Chiron. So it feels like this is part of something that's deeply healing for you, is for you to also give back into, again, I don't know if it's a partnership, connection, group dynamic. It feels like something you're like, I don't know, either connected to or potentially committed to, but there needs to be more of an equal take and balance. And it feels like that's actually what's picking up within the water, within the rapids here, is an understanding of like when to like give and take, when to ebb and flow. That feels like it's part of the lesson for you, Leo, in this next month and what's coming up. So that feels really, really strong. All right, and I feel like that puts you back on the path of where you're supposed to be going and where you're trying to be guided by your spirit as well as your spirit team. And that is something that gets you unstuck. When you release up that energy within yourself and to give it back into others as well. All right, so that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope this has been helpful. If you feel like this message has resonated for you and has found you at the right time, feel free to give this a like. That lets me know if, again, this has found you where it's been needed the most. If you feel like this tarot channel is resonant for you, feel free to subscribe. If you would like additional weekly readings that are exclusive for a smaller group or smaller collective, feel free to check out the Patreon subscription. I have that in the description box below, as well as information on booking a personal reading with me. Leo, I want to thank you for being here so much, and I am wishing you a lot of like healing and both giving and receptivity in this upcoming month for you. It feels like that kind of like the way this water is flowing, it's wanting you, the river for you represents the energetic emotional flow and where you need to kind of find balance. All right, thanks for being here. I'll see you either at another oracle reading or I'll see you at your next reading. Thanks, Leo. Bye for now. Hey, Sagittarius. All right, so let's get into the kind of final messages for you. Okay, so I have something coming through from Spirit here where they're saying that your like oar that you're using to kind of row with on this river, they keep saying that it continues to get stuck in the mud, just like we see the mud here on this earthworm card. So I don't know what that's about quite yet. Let's get a little more information. What does that actually mean, Spirit? That's kind of the phrase they're singing through. Your aura keeps getting stuck in the mud. What is the mud about? What does that mean? This card? Oh, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, can we get another one? I almost feel like there's a, I feel like there's a perspective shift that's needed. It's almost like, I feel like you're seeing this as really, or whatever situation that you're going through as you're coming into this reading or moving throughout the next month, it's almost like you're seeing it with kind of this like very muddy, unclear, foggy lens on things, but it's coming through as very like, it's coming through as negative, like negative thinking about it or about this situation. And for whatever reason, Spirit's saying with this Hanged Man, it's getting you stuck. Now, I don't know if this is kind of the feelings you have towards another person or other people or another group, again, a group dynamic, or if it's about yourself. It feels like yourself is really coming through strongly. But can we get a little more clarity on that? Why this kind of negativity, and why is this getting stuck for, oh, this card? Sagittarius, King of Wands in reverse. I almost feel like you've kind of like lost your fire with something. I feel like you've lost your, like, I don't know if it's passion, that definitely feels like part of it, or you've lost kind of your drive with something. So that's why I feel like I'm seeing this canoe going down the river, and like as you keep trying to like paddle, it's getting stuck and kind of like hanging up the boat here of where you're trying to go and going down this river. It feels like it keeps getting stuck. And I feel like this is bringing up some frustration for you. Is definitely part of it. I'm sensing that from this energy. But even more so, it's almost like, I don't know if it's like you've kind of given up hope a little bit. That does feel a little bit present here, but it's not the full story. I almost just feel like there's kind of this like, you don't quite have the same level of just energy for this that I think you normally would, or you have in the past. Why is that, Spirit? Can I get anything else for Sagittarius? I'm hearing yes. Hold on 1 second here. Why is that? Why have they lost some of that? This. Oh, 4 of Cups. Yeah, you've been through something tough. I feel like whatever the dynamic or situation you're in right now, I feel like it reminds you of something from the past. And I feel like that has you stuck right now. Yeah, the Strength card, the Strength. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I get it. I get it. That's totally it. It feels like, it's almost like this is sort of a repeat. I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune come through as like a repeat energy, especially in reverse. And you're just like, well, I've done this before. This has led me nowhere, or has gotten me nowhere far, or I haven't seen the levels of, I don't know if it's success or happiness or abundance, all the things the Wheel of Fortune represent, that upright that I've been looking for. And I feel like there's still some like grief and hang up with a situation. I don't know why, coming in 4 of Cups, but also 6 of Cups, of something that maybe happened in the past within another like relationship or connection or group dynamic. That feels really strong. But Spirit is trying to send through within this reading the courage for you and the strength for you to see that this is, I'm hearing a new dawn, a new day, and an opportunity for you to like move into something different. Something different. I just, they're showing this Ace of Wands really strong of like, well, this is a new situation actually. And that doesn't mean it has to, it doesn't have to like turn out, three of Cups, 3 of Pentacles in reverse. It doesn't have to like turn out the ways that you're expecting it to, but you holding this mindset is keeping it stuck. Okay, so Spirit really wants to like redirect you to a new perspective on this that sees a more positive option, or a new, or also a silver lining to this, because that belief, when you reset it, is actually going to make sure that this experience, whatever it is that you end up having or that you're going through as you're watching this, will make sure it sets it correct. It sets it right. I'm seeing the kind of like wheel drop in correctly now, and it starts to turn, it starts turning. Okay, so that's what's going to be required, is you resetting some sort of like core belief here, or core just perspective you have on within group dynamics or partnerships or connections or whatever it is that it feels like is connected in with this 2 of Cups. Again, it feels like this is a part of yourself that is just seeing this negatively. That's coming through as well with that card. But Spirit really wants you to get into the energy of trying to, like, I'm hearing transform this. All right, so I feel like, anything else? Archangel Gabriel? Okay, they have one more card for you. Hold on. And then we're going to pull this Oracle card, this final Oracle card. There's one more card here. All right, last one. Anything else for Sagittarius? I totally see where you're at here. Yeah, it's almost like they want you to, instead of seeing the moth, they want you to see this as a butterfly. Okay, and another thing coming through, yeah, time. Yeah, it says presence, self-awareness. Yeah, Spirit wants you to come into like present time, actually. Like time, like T-I-M-E, present time. And for you to see that this is actually, this situation you're going through is not the same one you went through in the past. It's not. It is literally a different timeline. Okay. All right, so anything else? Yeah, and just want you to be aware of the ways that you're holding on to this core belief here, or this like negative perspective, and how Spirit is trying to say here, yeah, if you continue to hold this, like it's going to be exactly the way that you're thinking. whatever your like belief is about the situation is actually how it's going to play out, because again, we're big old projector machines. So it's interesting. I'm seeing this Wheel of Fortune like project almost like a it's coming through as like a movie reel, but it's almost like that. It's like we are projector machines, right? So everything we hold as beliefs inside of ourselves is actually what's projected in our external world. So in order for you to experience something differently, you actually need to go in deeper and do the deep healing. In order for you, I'm seeing Two of Cups here, in order for you to like actually have an experience that feels aligned with what you're looking for. Okay, but right now, the reason why this continues to play out this way and why it feels like there's a stuck energy, it's almost like a part of you is stuck in the past. This time card in reverse is stuck in the past, seeing this as something that's going to turn out poorly or turn out badly. And Spirit really wants you to, like I said, kind of heal that part of yourself. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. All right, well, I hope that makes sense, Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and dive into your final oracle card here. Which one do you want, Spirit? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your final oracle card, and I'm going to read from the guidebook. Yeah, I can sense this energy very strongly, but that's part of like going to be what you're going to be working through over this next month. You want this card? Yep. Okay, and this one? These two. Yeah, that's it. All right, so we have two for you. Wow. Okay, so here's, I don't know which one we're gonna read yet. We have two for you. So it says the Thorn. It says protection, boundaries, clear communication. Yeah, so I feel like part of it is actually bringing in some of that energy, like having clear boundaries for yourself is always a good thing. I don't think this is coming through as a bad thing. I feel like you already know parts of this. I feel like this is coming out in reverse because Spirit is saying like, there's almost like a guardedness to your energy of like, again, I don't want to go near that again because it'll turn out poorly. And Spirit is really trying to say here, like, that's not necessary. All you need to do is actually bring this into healing. And then you're good to go, actually, in fact, but you do need to heal it. That feels really strong here. Otherwise, you're going to continue, like this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you're going to continue to see this same outcome repeated over and over of where you're, again, rowing and it's getting stuck and you're getting frustrated and you're, down and like, why isn't this working for me? And why does it never work? And, kind of like, I can never find love if that's something you're looking for, okay? But it feels like Spirit's really trying to come in with some healing energy here for you to see that everything on your outside is just a projection of what's happening within yourself. So you need to go deep like this rose within you, within your heart space to heal this. Okay, so we have the breathing rose. It says heart healing, emotions, connection, and time eases. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this one. And I'm struck by the fact we have time eases with a time card. Okay, that's exactly it. All right, let's read this one, which I don't think I've read this one before. So this is a new one for me. So the breathing rose. Okay. Perfect. So let's read this one. Often, healing is a slow, steady process. It's complex, not linear. It takes as long as it takes. And most of the time, that's much longer than we'd wish. But like all things in nature, there's a mysterious intelligence to it. And if we trust it and let the vibrant petals fall to the earth, cut back what's no longer, and protect the new shoots and buds from being pried open, we may find ourselves in a second bloom, and fruit will follow. You can't manufacture that. We must trust the great mystery in the process. The bud somehow manages to burst through the constraints by opening to life. All of nature has this intelligence within it. The challenge when we're going through a time of healing, which is another word for growth, transformation, and change, is not to close ourselves off from the world when we most want to separate and shut down. To somehow find the courage to open through the agony, the difficulty, and the hurt. And when we feel safe enough to let life soften us, not harden us, to deepen and cradle us. This is a card of deep heart healing. It will often come to us as a symbol of emotional healing that's in the process of happening. The mending is underway. Treat yourself and your healing with compassion, understanding, and gentleness. This is a card of deep encouragement that you're doing it. Time will ease everything soon. And the soul inquiry is, how can you treat yourself with gentle compassion and softness? How can you trust the timing of your healing? I feel like that's absolutely perfect, because that perfectly sums up what this feels like and this energy feels like, especially with this Thorn card coming out in reverse. It just feels like there's a softening that wants to happen here, and that's part of the healing that's trying to come in. I also feel like Spirit wants to clarify a bit of like what this kind of river rapid means for you. Riveting might be coming through as well. Okay, so that word. But what this actually like means for you is it's surfacing. Why it's coming up, and it may be coming up faster for you right now, is because it's surfacing things for you to see and for you to heal through. Okay, that feels really strong here. That was a lot of what I talked about in that kind of general reading for all the fire elements and for the fire sign. Okay, so I definitely feel like that's part of it for you, is like wanting you to see this and why it feels like the pace may be quickening. I just feel like, again, there's an energy here of like not shutting down, not closing off, like allowing yourself to like soften and open up through the healing journey that you're on. But you're definitely on a healing journey, and there's so much encouragement coming through here with this strength card that you can do this, and you can work through the kind of limitations and the wounds and the traumas that you've been through in the past, for you to experience a metaphorical second bloom or just another chapter to your story. That feels really, really important and really clear here. All right, Sagittarius, well, that's what I have for you. I hope this reading has been helpful. If you feel like this has been, or if this message has resonated with you or has found you in the right time, just feel free to like this. That lets me know if, again, this found you when and where you needed it most. So that's helpful for me, so I thank you. If you feel like this tarot channel is resonant for you, feel free to subscribe. And if you'd like to check out more, kind of more specific readings for a smaller group within a collective, feel free to check out the Patreon subscription I have that's available. Or if you'd like the most specific type of reading for yourself, feel free to check out a personal reading for yourself. I have all that information in the description box below. But Sagittarius, I'm wishing you a lot of healing and a lot of self-love and compassion as you go through the next month. And just know that Spirit's cheering you on, and I will be too. All right, I'll see you at our next reading. Thanks for joining me. All right, bye for now.